Ladies and gentlemen, I have to bring this up because I've done it before, but it's coming back up again, and I think it's important to discuss, especially on a channel where I review things I like, things I enjoy watching, and all of that stuff. Now that we're back in the swing of reviewing Dead City and The Walking Dead content again, this is just naturally going to come up. People are saying if you don't like it, don't watch it. I already made an entirely separate video on this about a year, maybe almost 2 years ago now, when Fear the Walking Dead was still airing, and I had a lot of beef with a lot of the things that went down in that show. But this is different, and I have to bring it up yet again because I don't understand this sort of fandom that just believes that you have to blindly just love everything that The Walking Dead does, or any TV show for that matter. If you're a fan of it, you're supposed to just like it and shut up, according to some people, which makes no sense. It also doesn't make any sense whatsoever for someone to say on a video where I talk about things I like and things I don't like, if you don't like it, don't watch it. Okay, look, I understand the argument. If you outright do not like a show, then don't watch it. That's easy. That's obvious, right? But here's the thing. If I make a video about something that I like and have criticisms of it, that is entirely different. That's like an entirely different thing. Just because I say a lot of negatives in a video about something doesn't mean I hate the show. And as a matter of fact, never once for Dead City Season 2, Episode 1, did I ever mention that I disliked the show. I said that I thought it was cringe in moments. I thought they made some questionable decisions in it. But I never once said, fuck this show. I don't like this show. None of that. As a fan, someone who wants to see something that they like as a fan get better, you are supposed to voice things that you don't like. And as a matter of fact, that's a normal discourse in conversation. I just don't understand this whole thing that I'm apparently supposed to just outright love everything I see and never mention anything I don't. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Like, let me give you a prime example. If there's something I don't like, I do not watch it. I don't review it on the channel. If I review it on the channel, odds are I like it. Odds are there's a reason that I'm doing that and watching it. It's because I'm inspired to talk about it, whether it's good or bad. And if a show can inspire me to talk about it, then there's something I like there. That's even the case with Fear the Walking Dead, which in the later seasons I hated. But it still had that feeling that I liked because it's The Walking Dead and I've always just been a fan of that in general. So this argument that I'm supposed to just, not watch something that I don't like doesn't really apply. A prime example of this right now is I started covering The Last of Us, and you haven't seen a review of the last 2 episodes for it. It's because after episode 2, in that big moment, episode 3 was boring. I didn't like it. I didn't feel a need to talk about it. And episode 4 was the same exact way for me. I didn't like it. I didn't think there was anything to talk about it, so why waste any of my time? If I'm not inspired to do something, I'm not going to do it. And I know, unfortunately, that sometimes comes at a detriment to you guys who want to see me talk about things. I get it. I know a lot of you have already asked me where my The Last of Us episodes 3 and 4 reviews are. The honest to God truth is I'm not really liking it, so I'm not really inspired to make a video about it. I'm still watching it because, I do want to finish this. I like the story of The Last of Us 2 in the game, so I'm going to finish it, but I have no inspiration to make a video for it because I don't really like it. I'm still watching. I know it's a little different than just stop watching, but I'm just not as inspired. With Dead City and with The Walking Dead, I actually am inspired because there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot of pent-up emotions, whether it's good or bad, because I have really strong connections to Maggie as a character, to Negan as a character, to The Walking Dead IP overall. So even if I don't like one episode, that doesn't mean I'm just going to stop watching the show. And I don't think that applies. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But trying to say that if you don't like it, don't watch it, and people getting sick of the negative criticism about the show is kind of just blindly worshiping something in a way. I'm not saying everyone, look, That is not me at all saying, by the way, that if you liked episode 1 and thought it was a masterpiece, that you're wrong, because you're not. If you enjoyed it, that's great. That is what the writers and directors and creatives set out to do. They want to entertain you. That's their job. That's everyone's job who is putting their face in front of a camera. But that being said, that doesn't mean you're just supposed to blindly, say everything that's been done is great. There's a reason there's things like the Golden Globes. There's a reason there are things that get awarded. It's because even though art is subjective, which it is, there is a general conception that that is great. You know what I mean? You watch, I don't know, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, for instance, and you say, damn, that is cinema. Or maybe it's episode 10 or whatever it was of Severance season 2. That was a banger. You're obviously going to recognize that that thing is very standout and very good. And if you could do that, you should be able to recognize when something isn't good, because we're humans and we enjoy talking about things like this, and it's fine to do because it's art. We're supposed to appreciate, discuss, and reflect with art. And that comes in all shapes or sizes. And again, even though it is subjective, there are just general truths sometimes. If things weren't, I don't know. I'm losing my train of thought. I hope you're picking up what I'm putting down here. But the idea of me not watching something that I still love because I've said negative things about it is absolutely crazy. I'm sorry, that is absolutely crazy. As a matter of fact, us fans should be voicing things we don't like, because clearly they are giving us fan service here. They showed it with things like bringing back Lucille, the Negan lineup stuff. They're clearly giving us fan service. So they're listening to us. And if they're listening to us, we should be vocal about things we're not fond of either. Does that mean I hate the show? No, not at all. There's just things I would like to see get better, and I hope they do, because I'm a fan of the show. Okay, was that so hard? I don't know. Sorry, I just had to voice this because it's something that's bothered me as of late. Let me know your thoughts on all of this down below, and with all that out of the way, thank you again so much for watching this video, and until the next one, I'll talk to you later. Peace out.